Retire from bass fishing. You know, recently there's been some anglers that have chosen to step away from fishing, or they've not requalified to be on the circuit, whatever the case may be. It always makes people ask and makes you wonder yourself, when are you gonna retire? And you got Shaw Grigsby, for example. He's fished for 41 years professionally on the circuit. Unbelievable. One of the greatest guys that's ever been out on tour. Consummate professional. Always been super courteous to me. Ran into him about a month ago at ICAST and caught up with him. Just saw he sat down at a table next to where I was sitting in a sushi restaurant, and caught him off guard. Jumped over there and sat next to him. But kind of cool. Like for example, Skeet Reese not going to be fishing professionally anymore. Kevin Van Dam, a couple years ago, stepping away. I still think Kevin's coming back. He denies it. I've called him out, and he still denies it. So he says he's done. But even Mark Zona, Kevin's friend Mark Zona, stepping away from his prominent role. Now he just does the podcast, stepping back a little bit. Kevin's obviously doing the TV shows, so guys are not totally getting out of the industry, but just after I've been in it for 25 years. I've been in it since 2000, 2025. So officially it's 25 years as of right now. That's a long time to be out here grinding, out here in your bass boat, out here firing up your engine, dropping your power poles, making your cast, doing all that kind of stuff. You got to keep it fresh. You got to keep it new. Yeah, you got to stay positive, all that kind of stuff. And it's been pretty wild in 25 years. A lot of guys have essentially retired. Denny Brower retired, did it on his own terms, kind of had it planned out. They moved down to Del Rio and kind of enjoying himself. Still fishes a lot, from what I understand. So that's cool. I saw Denny a couple years ago, caught up with him, but getting to know a lot of these legends, being on tour for so long, it's really awesome. And now watching this next generation of anglers, it's like, how long am I going to see it? How long am I going to see the Tucker Smiths, the Trey McKinney's, the Kyle Patrick's? How long am I going to watch these guys be the next generation, the Logan Parks? These guys are, for real. They're the real deal, and they're not going anywhere. They're really good, and it's cool also that I've been one of the 3 anglers to be able to fish every single Elite Series tournament that they've had. Now 21 years. Every single Elite Series tournament, I've been able to fish it myself, Bill Lowen, and Steve Kennedy. I love both of those guys. They're great competitors, great people, good, great families. We all have an immense amount of respect and love each other. I think that's a really cool group to be into, and so really it's going to be kind of like who's the last man standing. So when you talk about retiring, got to step away from all of that. Being those kind of guys' company, I just think it's pretty wild. We got a lot of controversy going on, but every industry, every sport, everything's got all this controversy going on for different reasons. It's not about, if it's not live scope, it's about some other thing. So you gotta tune all that stuff out. Enjoy what you enjoy about the passion and the sport that you have. This is for me about figuring out the fish. That's what I love doing. It's a competition amongst all these other anglers, it's not about finding the best location. It's about figuring out how to catch them better than everybody else. There are some anglers that are unbelievable at it. Kyoya Fujita, unbelievable at catching fish that everybody knows are there, but he's really good at getting them to bite. So hats off to him for that kind of stuff. Everybody can debate the techniques and the styles, all that kind of stuff. But I like having big, expansive bodies of water, like La Crosse, like the Sabine, like those kind of places, and figuring them out. That's what makes me tick. So when I think about retirement, not anytime soon, baby.